from the Storm segment of the show, we go over to our Sounders here. And as I mentioned at the top, it's not a loss, but it's not a win either. And just considering how the Sounders have started their season, that might make it worse. So we go into it here. April 13th, heading back out on the road at FC Dallas in Frisco. A 0-0 draw. Player of the match, goalkeeper Stefan Fry. Fry, a 7.8 match rating, highest in the game per FOTMob. 2 saves on the day, 85% passing, and both of those saves were diving saves. So tough. I mean, you go on the road. They haven't necessarily done super well in Frisco in recent years anyway. The Sounders haven't. But obviously just considering, again, the start to the season, where you sit in the table, wanting to improve, wanting to build off last week's win, big win against Montreal. Getting blanked isn't great. Getting the clean sheet's fine, but, not doing your part on the other end isn't great either. Not a lot of generated offense necessarily in this one. Neither team had over 1 expected goal. Dallas actually led in total shots with 13 to Seattle's 8. Both teams just had 2 shots on target, but the Sounders did have 2 big chances, and they missed both of them. Kind of an even game in terms of looking at just the basic stats. I mean, Seattle led in possession by 56 to 44. Both teams committed the same amount of fouls. I mean, Dallas had 1 more corner. Just comes down to not being clean enough. Seattle did have the higher rated players in the match. The top 3 of them for Seattle, all 3 of them defensive related, with Fry, Vargas, and Alex Roldan. So just frustrating, again, to just continue to not be able to get the result. Having Montreal right now be a blip with, your general offense struggling outside of the Montreal 5-0 win. Luckily, going straight into the pre-match injury report against Dallas, the Sounders didn't have a lot to worry about necessarily on the long-term injury list, outside of a few names who have been there. Just 3 players on the injury list. All of them were just completely out. Defender, all of them with hamstring injuries as well. Defender Reed Baker-Whiting, midfielder Pedro de la Vega, and forward Raul Ruidiaz, all dealing with hamstring injuries. We go directly to team-related notes here, and the only thing we've got for the Sounders this past week is on the 8th. Forward Raul Ruidiaz was named to the MLS Player of the Match Day for his performance against Montreal. Going into it here, I apologize, I got to get this all lined up. His 2 goals and 1 assist in that win earned him, helped the Rave Green earn their first win of the campaign. Ruidiaz leads the Sounders with 4 goals this season, which is tied for 7th in all of MLS, extending his all-time club scoring record to 82 across all competitions. Raul's 68 career regular season goals rank 1st in club history and 6th amongst all active players. Of all players that have scored 50 career regular season goals in MLS, Ruidiaz ranks 6th in goals per game at .56, behind only Robbie Keane, David Villa, Josef Martinez, Sebastian Giovinco, and Taylor Twellman. Saturday's match in that win against Montreal ranked Ruidiaz's 16th multi-goal game across all competitions. With 15 multi-goal games in MLS play, including postseason, Ruidiaz is tied for 4th amongst active players. So nice for Raul to get that there. I mean, the match was really big for him. He has largely produced a couple of those goals coming off of penalties. So some people might scoff at that, but nice for him. I mean, just considering the talk in the offseason about him wanting to improve, the club wanting him to improve, that mutual understanding. I mean, nice to get these goals early. You're just looking for more out of the attack in general and out of the run of play. So we keep it moving here. Not too much going on outside of that. The Sounders hit a 1 win, 3 loss, 3 draw record, just 6 points on the season. Good for 26th in all of MLS and 12th in the Western Conference. Their next matchup is a Cascadia Cup matchup. April 20th versus the Vancouver Whitecaps at home is a 7:30 p.m. Pacific time kickoff. It is Pod Night. The Sounders are hosting Pod Night, a dedicated match day to the celebration of our community's Orca residents. The Sounders will be taking on Cascadia rival Vancouver. You can pay $50 per ticket to get into the match and get an exclusive Pod Night themed scarf.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Jen.
Hey. So where are you going to watch all of the Sounder away games this year?
Away games for the Sounders. Since Rough and Tumble is the home of Circling Seattle Sports, I was thinking of coming here if that's okay with you.
I think that's a great idea. Go Sounders, hope we see y'all here.